Hi, I'm Terry Virts, STS-130 pilot, and you're watching NASA TV.
So much wonder carving your coral seas. So much wonder shaded by ancient trees. I consider all your hands have made. Every newborn's eyes, every new sunrise. No power can tame your presence. No light can match your radiance. Little creation singing wonder. Every sea, every creature, every star. You opened up my eyes to wonder. What a vision, what a wonder.
Good morning, Endeavour, and a good morning to you again, Terry.
Thank you, Shannon. It's going to be a great day today with undocking and the Flyaround, and thanks to my wife, Stacy, for picking that. What a creation and what a vision it has been. It's been absolutely beautiful. We really appreciate that song.
And we agree.
Today's wake-up call for the crew on board Endeavour came at 2:15 Central Time. The song was In Wonder by Newsboys. Song played for pilot Terry Virts, who will have his hands on the controls of Endeavour for the undocking from the International Space Station, 6:54 Central Time this evening, for Endeavour to start their trip home to Earth and a targeted Sunday night landing.
Standing by for the undocking of the Space Shuttle Endeavour. Endeavour undocking from the International Space Station on time, 208 statute miles.
Physical separation.
Houston copies.
208 statute miles above the Atlantic Ocean. Endeavour spent a total of 9 days, 19 hours, and 48 minutes docked to the International Space Station for this STS-130 mission. Endeavour will move to a distance of about 400 feet where Virts will begin to fly around the station, and he will circle the shuttle around the complex at a distance of 600 to 700 feet.
Endeavour, station is in attitude control. Sambo, it's been good to have you. Sorry to see you guys leave. Enjoy the fly around. We'll watch and wave. TJ from Endeavour, thanks very much for the great hospitality. We're sorry to go. Hope you get to enjoy tranquility and the new view. Absolutely. Hey, when you get back, right soon, okay? Sure will. United States Space Shuttle Endeavour departing. Godspeed, guys. We'll see you back on the planet. We'll see you back there, Jeff, Soichi, TJ, Maxime, and Oleg.
This is a view on the aft flight deck of the Space Shuttle Endeavour. Pilot Terry Virts on the left, flying Endeavour away from the International Space Station, now at a distance of 223 feet. Astronaut Kay Higher on the right, holding the handheld laser to monitor that distance and increase of distance.
And just to let you know the plan, when the sun comes up here in a few minutes, we're just going to switch our view over to the centerline camera and watch that view. So you don't need to reconfigure your camera unless you need it to record the HD views out the window.
This is Mission Control Houston, continuing to watch a view of the International Space Station from a camera on the Space Shuttle Endeavour as the orbiter flies in a circle around the space station at a distance of about 460 feet now. The crew members on board the Space Shuttle Endeavour adjusting the camera views from Endeavour's cargo bay, looking at the International Space Station as Endeavour passes 655 feet away in this fly-around maneuver. We now see the new Tranquility node on the left of this view, attached to the port side of the International Space Station, connecting to the Unity node across from the station's Quest airlock. This is Mission Control Houston, continuing to watch a view of the Space Shuttle Endeavour from the International Space Station cameras. Endeavour's cargo bay empty now after delivering the Tranquility Node 3 in its cupola. The Tranquility module is 29,788 pounds. The cupola was 3,594 pounds. Both delivered and installed on the International Space Station during this STS-130 shuttle mission, the 20A assembly mission for the International Space Station. This view from the Space Shuttle Endeavour, about 700 feet away from the International Space Station. The two Progress cargo spacecraft docked to the space station at the aft end of the Zvezda service module and the Pirs docking compartment and airlock. This is a live view from a camera on board the Space Shuttle Endeavour. It's in the aft portion of the payload bay, looking towards the cabin. You see the shuttle robotic arm is deployed with the orbiter boom sensor system attached. It was in this position as a standard position for Endeavour's undocking from the station. And then will begin its motion to inspect Endeavour's heat shield. The operators will be mission specialists Kay Heyer, Steve Robinson, and Nicholas Patrick for the starboard wing survey. For the nose cap survey, Heyer will remain operating the system and will be joined by pilot Terry Virts and Commander George Zamka. And then Zamka and Virts will continue on with the port survey, and Robinson will come back to assist with that. Endeavour's astronauts working on the survey of the starboard wing leading edge of Endeavour. Mission specialists Kay Heyer, Steve Robinson, and Nicholas Patrick have wrapped up that portion of today's survey and are now maneuvering the shuttle's robotic arm and orbiter boom sensor system into place for the second portion of the survey of Endeavour's heat shield, survey of a nose cap. That'll be performed by Commander George Zamka, pilot Terry Virts, and Mission Specialist Kay Heyer will be continuing on with this portion of the survey. View here of the station's robotic arm with the orbiter boom sensor system attached to its end and bent into place for the continuing survey of the shuttle's nose cap. Just a few more steps left to go in that survey before the team moves on to the survey of the port wing leading edge.
Endeavour Houston, we'd like 1/2 to the left.
1/2 to the left.
The orbiter boom sensor system, or OBSS as it's called, gives the shuttle's 50-foot long robotic arm the reach it needs to see all of the shuttle's heat shield. It focuses primarily on the wing leading edges and nose cap during the on-orbit surveys because those are the areas that experience the hottest temperatures when the shuttle drops back into the Earth's atmosphere for landing. Those temperatures get as high as 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit. For the port wing survey, Zamka and Virts will be continuing on with the work, but Heyer will be handing over controls to Mission Specialist Steve Robinson. It takes 3 people to perform each portion of this survey because 2 are needed for the controls of the robotic arm, and a third set of eyes is necessary to judge clearances between the arm and various parts of the shuttle.
Orbiter boom sensor system lives along the starboard side of the shuttle's cargo bay, while the robotic arm lives along the port side. So Robinson and his fellow crew members are working to maneuver the arm into position to stow the orbiter boom sensor system back in its place. And this should be the last of its duties for the STS-130 mission.
Take a little tour of the construction site right at the end of the time when STS-130 was here bringing Node 3, and we're going to go visit the Node 3, the STS-130 crew in the area of the cupola.
You read on the crew support plan.
This video was recorded earlier on board the International Space Station when the STS-130 crew of Endeavour was still at the complex. It's now being downlinked.
Cleared out now. Toilet's no longer here.
Okay, I'm sorry if that message was garbled, but I'm still told they're not approved.
Now we're going into the new module, Node 3. And let's take a look at the crew doing their thing. Little photo op here. All right.
Jeff has us captured in here.
Suichi is taken, and then we have audio. So what do you guys think here in this brand new module that you brought up, and the cupola and all that?
It's awesome. It's a tight fit.
We can all get in here.
Yeah. There's room for you, Jeff, if you'd like to join us. Yeah. If you'd let us out, we'd have to
Sorry, I couldn't miss this moment. I had to capture this moment, but I can let you get back to work, Suichi, and take some good pictures of them. And soon the sun's coming up. We'll have a little backlit there.
Yeah, this is a very serious task. These 6 guys have worked so hard for the last 2 weeks, so they deserve this nice photo.
Where are we? Does anybody know?
Absolutely.
Right.
Thanks, Suichi.
Where are we flying over?
Does anybody know? We've got a great night pass or something.
Well, we're going over Europe, I think.
A lot of cities down there. You got to get a picture of this. There you go.
Yeah, we're over northern Germany right now.
Alright. Alright, can we try this time? Can everybody do their back like against the window so that
Or
our
the
faces are all
handrail.
towards the middle? Right.
Oh, that.
Like this 6-sided rotate in so
We'll leave them alone right now. Let them do their thing. Meantime, we have lunch being prepared because we're going to get done with these photographic and video requirements, and then we're going to break and have a joint lunch. Shuttle crew and station crew together, leading up to hatch closure this afternoon. They will undock tomorrow and return back to Earth in a couple of days. In the meantime, we'll be recovering from all of the construction work that's been happening the last week plus. And let's see, we'll come into the Russian segment here. And here's Oleg and TJ. Hey there. Having a conversation. And there's Max hiding behind his laptop. I hear we have another laptop failure, huh?
We do.
Yeah. I captured the 130 crew trying to get pictures, trying to get that crew photo on video with live audio. Suichi's doing a good job.
Thanks, Sasha. Good.
Sun's coming up soon, huh?
Yeah.
Back through the FGB. Through this tight squeeze here. Let's see if we get the camera through here. Through the PMA, there's always a tight squeeze. Oop. Here we go. And back into Node 1, or Unity as we call it. And let's go visit the Endeavour crew again. Lights are out.
Here's a nice night house, Jeff. Yeah, I'm trying to make it kind of a light.
Go for it, do it.
Just turn one or two.
Too many lights off?
Yeah, just one. Oh, this is good. All right, okay, that's good. Okay.
Okay, look up, look up, look up.
Yeah, take a bunch like that. Yeah. It's a good thing. Feel the warmth on this. Maybe yeah, this would be good lighting right now with the Frankenstein. Okay, we'll try this one also.
Let's go visit lunch. Go visit the crew at lunch. So guys, it's been good to have you on board. How'd you enjoy it?
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Loved it.
It was great. We don't want to go home.
Yeah,
Why
can we
don't
stay
you go
longer?
home and we'll stay?
Hey, I'll trade places with any one of you. Who wants to get a quick brief on Soyuz?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, like that.
Just for the extra length.
What do you think of this crowd?
That's pretty cool. I'm impressed. Both with your setup as well as the crowd. Good thing to have a lunch together.
We have KU?
Didn't.
I have no anchor.
Bring it in. Combination. No anchor.
And food.
And
Let it
fresh
make-
Did you
seafood.
bring the marmite?
Yeah, you bring the marmite?
I didn't bring them all.
Your pouch that's open has a big blob on the back side, basically.
Or it's either that or like.
Right there. Yep.
Okay. All right. Anybody else wants some beef curry?
Yes, adjustable. Terry, hold this.
That was like me last night. Just, Terry, you should have come up and gotten a picture. He said I had a procedure out, I had a computer out, and I had a full lunch out. On my legs.
Didn't I see you then?
Huh? You said you were going to come get
Yeah,
a picture.
I should have.
8-lane processing. He has a spork.
Here?
Oh, yeah?
A spork.
Potato salad here, with crackers
That's the
here,
Soyuz.
and a knife out in my hand to spread it.
Who wants a
And,
beef curry?
Yeah, beef curry.
Oh,
Looked at the computer and I had a procedure
tortilla.
out.
You ready, Steve? You got tortilla in your hand?
Yeah, that's coming too.
Here you go. You ready?
Best diffused by September of 2020. Doesn't say it's bad out.
Masters to 28, second week on the chart.
It's good, but the best.
Earlier I mentioned we have more foreign eggs.
A little more video coming down for now from the International Space Station. This some views shot from station windows of the Earth at night as it passed below.
start today's flight day highlights with last night. This is a sunset, and we were all on the space shuttle after closing our hatches with the station. All 6 of us slept on the shuttle last night, so here's a sunset. I'm sorry, I'm speaking backwards. This is a sunrise, and you can see how quickly it goes from black to light just in a few seconds. Had the sunset on last night's flight day highlights. Yeah, and that's the Japanese module. That's the Kibo. Okay, sorry about that. That's the Japanese module Kibo, and there's 3 parts to it, the big piece, the top piece, and the side piece. So here's our sleeping last night. There's Kay snuggled up in her sleeping bag. And here's Stevie Ray crawling into his sleeping bag. This is an area of the shuttle that we call the ditch. It's in between the main mid-deck and the airlock. And that's kind of Stevie Ray's little cubby hole. Nick was nice enough to do some filming after we were in bed there. There's me sleeping. I'm upside down and Kay's right side up, and Zambo's on the floor down there. And here's a little bit with the sound of the middeck. Again, Kay and Zambo and I are kind of found a spot wherever we could tie off our sleeping bags. And Nick was on the ceiling, yeah. There were 4 of us in that little area. This was breakfast this morning. So this is a big day for me. I got this really wonderful opportunity to fly the space shuttle for a few minutes. It was great. I wore my PLT colored shirt, and we're getting ready for the undocking and the Flyaround. We did a 360-degree loop all the way around the space station from a range of 650 feet. It's a nice thing to do, but it's also very helpful because it has, there are a lot of views and pictures that we can take of different modules that we don't normally get. So it's actually very helpful. There was a few things that the program wanted us to check out. So Nick took some great photos with the very long lens. Here's a view of our wastewater dump. When we're docked to the station, we can't dump excess water that we have. So as soon as we undock, one of the first things we do is we take these bags of different types of water that we have, and we dump it, and it looks like a blizzard outside. I think that scene probably looks familiar to a lot of Americans based on what we've seen out the window and what we've heard over the last few weeks. Zambo is very busy. He did this for several hours. In fact, he's giving a tour right now of the location of where the dump port is. And this is a really important procedure for us because we don't want to mess it up, because if it gets messed up, our water system is not good. So we were very careful, and Zambo did a great job of that. And this is in the bathroom area, and that's where the valves are. One of the neat things about having just undocked is that we can still see the station. We're not too far in front of it right now, and this was a few hours after undocking. So I just went from downstairs to upstairs, going in the commander's seat right now, and out the window, there's the space station. Takes a little bit of tinkering with the focus to get it just right. Amazing sight. Several times today it just kind of showed up from behind the Earth limb or behind the wing or something like that, and it was pretty amazing to see another spaceship out there flying with you. It's a very beautiful space station. And one of our big tasks today, Mike, is the inspection of the underside of the orbiter of the heat shield. We've been docked to the station for about 10 days, so basically the whole crew today took turns operating the arm and the orbiter boom and inspecting the underside of the shuttle to make sure that there was no debris that did any damage while we were docked to the station. Here's a picture of Kay operating the arm and a bunch of us crammed in the cockpit there. You can see the lighting changes from dark at night with a little bit of earth lighting. When the sun comes in the front windows, it is really, in fact, just now, as we were speaking, the sun was in there. I had to cover my eyes, and the lighting is changing constantly. Here's Nick and Steve. They're working the arm. A very good thing we did today was exercise. Everybody got a chance to get some exercise in, and on the bike there with the bungee straps, you can work your upper body a little bit, and then while you're biking, one of the coolest things is floating your iPod in front of you while you ride the bike, and you can also float your whole body. The best way to do it is with your body kind of hovering above the seat. So I was exercising while Bob had just finished. You can see the station in the right there. That white dot is a space station behind the shuttle. You can see behind me there's the laptop that shows digital pictures from one of our sensors. And then the screen that Kay's looking at is one of the laser sensors. It has a different thing. You might notice the Air Force Academy banner there. You may have seen the class of '89 marking on it. Anyway, there's a view out the front window of our boom. It's amazing to see this arm wrapped around the orbiter, around the front, the sides, and it looks a little bit like a Dr. Seuss book, but this arm goes all the way around the nose of the orbiter. And we had some beautiful passes over Africa today, especially we got to see the Atlas Mountains and the Sahara Desert. It was pretty nice. There's a view of the space station. Got some Earth obs here. Flying around the southern tip of South Africa, Cape of Good Hope. One of the amazing things about the atmosphere is you can see the different bands. They're really distinct lines. We've talked about that before, but it's amazing. And at nighttime, when you look at the atmosphere, it looks a lot taller than it does during the day. A lot thicker. Another view of the space station. Views of the boom. The space shuttle robotic arm is on one end and the boom is on the other. Our PDRS controllers and the robotics community did a great job designing these trajectories because it's a really, really complicated series of maneuvers that the arm goes through, and we get through it very efficiently. You can see this is a computer that helps us visualize what the arm is doing next, and you can see this complicated arm status. We saw this really interesting cloud down near Antarctica. It almost looked like a hurricane. It looked more like a galaxy than a hurricane. But anyway, I think that's all we have for today.
Back now with a live view inside the Space Shuttle Flight Control Room where the Orbit 3 team of planning team of flight controllers has come on to take over